Greatness Gang, D4G here. Alright man, today we're going to be going over Khamrah versus Qahwa. Do you need both of them? Do you only need one? Which one is better? Which one would better suit you? We're going to dive into both of them. Let's get into it. We're going to start off with the one that set this whole trend going, and we're going to talk about the OG first. Now this is going to open up very nice and warm thanks to that cinnamon and nutmeg combo that it does have, with a tad bit of sweetness. This is definitely going to be one of those spicy gourmand fragrances. Now a lot of that gourmand is going to be coming from the dates and the praline that you do pick up. But it does also have a little bit of vanilla in the dry down once it starts to make its way through the transition. Now one thing that I would like to point out is the floral accords that you do get in the mid, because you do get a little bit of a tuberosa feel. Adds a slight floral touch to the fragrance, but this is still pretty much so a spicy gourmand fragrance. That floral accord isn't doing too much to take it away from those gourmand accords, as well as that warm spice from the cinnamon and the nutmeg that you do get. Now this fragrance is going to be unisex, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we compare the two at the end. Extremely loud and very versatile at the same time. Khamrah is definitely going to be one of those compliment getting fragrances. Very mass appeal, extremely mass appeal, and pretty much a room filler at the same time. This one will take up a lot of space. I'm a heavy sprayer. Even with this one, I got to dial it down a little bit. Don't want to do too much, but I still want to come off and let you know that I am rocking that. You know, I got that edible shit on. Now we're going to switch over to Qahwa, and this one somewhat opens up the same way. This one is going to have that same soft spice thanks to that cinnamon, but this one is also going to be adding a little bit of a candied sweetness to this fragrance as well. Adding to that gourmand, but the main difference between this one and the OG is really going to be that coffee accord that you do pick up. Another difference between this one and the OG is going to be that cardamom effect that it is giving off, especially as it's working its way through the mid, because that's when that coffee note really does come out. You can pick up hints of it in the opening, but the coffee note really does shine in that mid to dry down point. Now even though it does have that coffee, it's still going to be very spicy and sweet. Still going to be in that spicy gourmand style of a fragrance. Outside of the opening, one of the main two differences that you will be picking up in this one compared to the OG is going to be that coffee accord and that candied sweetness that it does give off. Personally, to me, this one does have a little bit more of a youthful sweetness about it. This one, in my personal opinion, does have a tendency to lean a little bit more feminine on my skin, whereas the OG really does come off like a truly masculine gourmand style fragrance. The main takeaways I can say about these two fragrances is going to be this. If you're a big fan of spicy gourmand fragrances, and I'm talking about very nice soft spice mixing together with a little bit of a chocolatey feel, you're gonna want to go with the OG. If you're a big fan of coffee, if you're a coffee lover, or if you also like a little bit more of a thicker sweetness in your fragrance that's not really in that chocolate vein, but really somewhat like a very nice candied sweetness, that's when you're gonna wanna go with Qahwa. Now both of these fragrances are gonna be unisex, but in my personal opinion, the OG leans a little bit more masculine, whereas the Qahwa does have a tendency in my eyes to lean a little bit more feminine, mainly due to that candied sweetness that you do get, especially in the transition. To me, you can't go wrong with either one of these fragrances. It would be personally redundant to have both of them, and if I had to only choose one, I'm gonna choose the OG every time. But that's just my thoughts and opinions, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Which one are you rocking with? And I know a lot of y'all already have both of them. Which one do you prefer out of the two? Drop them down in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. But with all that being said, we to get up out of here. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope y'all have a phenomenal day. Stay on your square. Stay on your purpose. Don't let nobody take you off of it, fam. D4G, truly blessed, destined for greatness. We out.